What's good? This is Trey. Welcome to this presentation. Today I want to talk about the sundown rule. All right, the sundown rule is essentially this idea of, why put something off until tomorrow if you can finish it today, right? And so the sundown rule is essentially you getting, doing all those things that you're supposed to do before you go to sleep, before you end your day. Okay, now, I guess you could say there's different interpretations of the sundown rule. I apply it in my life, but I apply it in a way that works for me. The first time I heard the sundown rule was by Dan Pena, who was a very successful high-performance business coach. And, I guess he got the sundown rule from Sam Walton, who I believe founded Walmart. And Sam Walton applied it in the sense of, I believe it was customer service. So when there was like some kind of request or something that needed to be done, he made sure that his employees, they handled the requests that day, not the next day, not the next week or whatever. He wanted to make sure it got done that same day, right? So that was his way of applying the sundown rule. The way I apply it is I know I have specific goals. I typically have specific goals, but I have one main goal, right? Okay, and there's certain actions within my day that are gonna help me, that are gonna help move me towards that main goal. Now, the way I apply the sundown rule is those specific actions that are gonna move me towards my main goal, I refuse to go to sleep until those actions have been fulfilled. Okay, so there's usually within my day, there's, I try to get everything done within my day, right? I have a schedule. That's one thing I recommend. Have a schedule with specific tasks throughout your day so you know what you're doing, right? So you're not going through the day trying to figure shit out. You already have your day scheduled out. But the sundown rule is essentially those tasks, those actions within your day that are aligned with the achievement of your goal. You want to make sure you do those actions that day. Don't put it off. Don't go to sleep until those actions have been taken, because the goal is you want to be consistently moving towards the achievement of your goal. Okay, and the only way to do that is by taking the right actions that are aligned with that goal consistently, right? So you can't be missing days, putting it off, saying I'll get to it, stuff like that. That's what keeps you in the same condition or slows down your progress. You want to consistently be taking those actions that you're supposed to be taking. So that's how I apply the sundown rule. Essentially, I look at, the tasks that are clearly going to get me closer towards my main goal, whatever that is, and I make sure I complete those tasks before I go to sleep. Okay, so that's how I apply the sundown rule. I really recommend it because when you do that, you will clearly see yourself. You will clearly notice progress, because if you're doing the right actions and you're doing them consistently and you're not missing days and you're not procrastinating, you're not bullshitting yourself, you will see clear evidence, even if it's, it may not be a ton of evidence, but you will start seeing improvement. You'll start seeing progress if you're consistent, right? If you work out consistently every single day, exercise, you will see improvement. Right? If you're missing days, if you're putting it off, you're making excuses, sometimes you're consistent, sometimes you're not, right? You're not going to see the results. But if you consistency needs to become an important value in your life. Discipline and consistency and focus. These need to become important, right? And so it's become important to me. And so I applied my own version of the sundown rule. There's certain tasks, within my day, right? For example, let's say my goal is to make a certain amount of money. There's certain tasks within my day that are associated with me making money, that are aligned with me making money. So if my main goal is to make a certain amount of money, I make sure those tasks get done. Maybe I'll go through the day and I won't be able to get through every task, but the ones that are related to my main goal, I make sure I get those done. That's how I apply the sundown rule, because I'm aware, you're not always, the day is not going to go exactly as planned, right? And so that means you're not always going to get everything done. You're not always going to get to every single task. That's fine. But you want to make sure you're doing the things that are aligned with your goal, right? You want to make sure, because if that goal is important to you, if you want to hit it, right, there's certain things you're going to have to do. One of those things is taking the right actions. So that is a rule I apply. There's certain actions within my day that are going to get done, or else I'm not going to sleep. Okay? And the way you really figure these actions out is you're going to have to, test some things out, right? Like when I set a goal, I set the goal and then I write down a bunch of action steps I think will help me move me towards my goal. I look at the ones that I believe have the highest percentage of moving me towards my goal, and I find 3 and I make sure those 3 actions are done on a daily basis. Now, I break my goal up into 21-day intervals. So each 21 days, I assess and look at those actions and see, are these actions really moving me towards my goal or not? Right? The actions that are moving me towards my goal, I keep those actions. The ones that aren't, I replace them or I change them up or whatever. And so I just continue to take these actions that are aligned with my goal consistently over a period of time. And it's just very clear and obvious to me. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing the progression of my goal. I never have an issue with that. Only time you have an issue with moving towards your goal is when you're not taking the right actions you're supposed to take consistently. If you're doing that consistently and you're not seeing any progress towards your goal, then that clearly means the actions you're taking are not the right actions. And then you have to figure that out. Maybe you need to do some more research. Maybe you need to ask questions, right? Stuff like that. But if you are clear on the right actions and you're doing them consistently, you're gonna get towards your goal. You're gonna see progress towards your goal, and that will let you know, okay, am I on the right path or not? But one thing I found is there's certain things you have to do. Like, for example, I always, no matter what, I do my workout, right? Because that's important to me, to maintain my health, maintain my physique, to maintain the sharpness of my mindset. My discipline is important to me, and so I'd never miss that. My workout's gonna get done no matter what. If I don't do my workout, there's a very specific reason for that, right? It's usually a reason that I came upon beforehand, right? So what the point I'm trying to make is, if I write down, because the night before I schedule my day out, if I say the night before there's certain things that I must get done, when the day comes, those things are a priority to me. I make sure they get done. Right? Now, if I know, that's why I try to schedule my day the night before, because I can look and see, because sometimes you may have appointments, stuff like that are already set up. So now you look at your day and you say, okay, this day is going to be a little different. I have certain things going on, right? Maybe you have certain events you got to attend. So now you can rearrange and set up your schedule properly so you can still get things done. But just be aware of the action steps or the tasks that are most aligned with your goal. And those tasks, you want to make it a priority that you complete those tasks before you end your day, right? This is one of the things that I do, when it comes to my goals, because I want to achieve my goals. I don't set a goal to kind of achieve it or hope to achieve it. I set a goal because I want to achieve it. Because to me, it's a must. It needs to be achieved, actually. Okay? And I also, if I set a goal, I've gotten to this place where I gotta enjoy the process, okay? So I'm not setting a goal waiting for the goal to be achieved for me to be happy. I set the goal because the goal gives me an opportunity to evolve. The goal gives me an opportunity to have different experiences. The goal gives me an opportunity to meet different people, right? And to have a different flavor of life, right? That's why I set goals. So just understanding, okay, you set this goal, there's certain action steps you got to take, make sure you take those actions. That's literally it. So the sundown rule is, look, before the end of the day, I'm going to make sure certain action steps are going to get hit. I don't give a shit. I'm not going to put it off till the next day. I don't care what happens, whatever, even if I have to stay up a little later, I'm going to make sure these action steps get done. Now, one thing I'm aware of is I set action steps that are not overwhelming. Okay, this is one thing that I do that I think maybe people miss is you may think, okay, I'm doing 100,000 things in a day and that's how you achieve your goal. Not necessarily. You find those 3, sometimes it's only 1 to 3 main things that are really moving you towards your goal, right? It's usually those things that a lot of times it might be the things you don't really want to do. Okay, sometimes that's the case. That's not always the case. Or maybe things that are outside your comfort zone. What I do is if it's outside my comfort zone, I break it up into pieces so that it's manageable, so that I can do it and it doesn't overwhelm me. So for example, let's say one of the things I need to do is there's a certain book I need to read. I need to get through this book to get a certain amount of knowledge to achieve my goals. Now let's say the book is long and boring. It's like a long ass book, maybe 500 pages, and it's just boring, right? It's not interesting. Instead of me saying, okay, I gotta get through the book, I'm gonna read an hour a day. No, let me start off with 15 minutes a day. I just read 15 minutes a day but the key here is I'm not gonna miss any days. You see, it's better for me to say 15 minutes a day and not miss any days than for me to say an hour a day, and then one day I do an hour, the next day I'm like, oh shit, I'm not gonna read an hour today. And so I don't end up reading anything at all. Next day comes, I forget about it. Then another day comes, oh, okay, an hour. Again, I try to read an hour, but this time I fall asleep in the middle. Like, no, I don't want the whole like fidgety, wishy-washy thing. I want consistent action, consistent movement towards my goal, consistent results. And so let me start small. Let me start with my 15 minutes a day. And then if I get 15 minutes becomes easy for me, then I will raise it to 20 minutes. That's how I do everything. My workouts, when I just changed my workout. And when I do my workout, when I change my workout to this new routine, it's an intense routine. It's something that I never done before. And so I looked at it, I'm like, okay, is this something that I can actually do, or do I need to work my way up to it? And the way how it was set up is there's different days with different workouts. So certain days I look at it and I'm like, okay, yeah, this I can definitely do. But then there's other days where I'm like, okay, this is kind of extra, right? So what I do is I look at it and I see, okay, what can I do for sure? Then I go ahead and do that. And then after I'm done doing the workout, I look at it and say, okay, how do I feel after this? Was that easy? Was it just okay? Was it too hard, right? If it was easy, then I add on the rest the next time. If it was too hard, then I'll probably bring it down, lower it, make it a little bit easier just so it's not too much, because my thing is consistency. I don't want to overwhelm myself. I don't want to go overboard, okay? Because one of my values is discipline and consistency, okay? Let somebody else try to be go beast mode and then burn out, right? I want consistency, and then I want to consistently be a beast, right? But first, you start off where you are, and you keep working your way up until you can now consistently be a beast. I don't want to just be a beast one day and then the next day I fall off, and some days I'm tired, and some days I'm on point, and so that's not professional. You're not gonna get consistent results. You're not gonna get you're not gonna be able to get predictable results in your life, in your relationships, in your business, whatever, if you're not predictable. If you can't even predict your own actions, you don't know how you're gonna be this day to the next day. I know each and every day what I'm gonna be doing on the days. Right? I know what action steps I'm going to take. I know literally tomorrow what's going to go down. I know there's certain action steps that are going to get done tomorrow no matter what. Okay? Because I'm aware, I know what the actions are that are going to get me towards my goal. I know what actions are more so maybe just for me to be in a good state, maybe have a good time, whatever. I know what actions are kind of like filler actions. I know I have an understanding of my life. I've gotten clarity on my life. I've become master of my life, okay? I'm not just going around, floating around trying to figure things out. I actually look at my life and understand things, right? I test things out. I analyze things. okay? And I'm consistent. And I apply certain rules in my life that ensure my success, okay? The sundown rule. I can literally look at my past week and I can see I did this, 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 okay? And so I know if I'm not getting the result, it's not because I'm not taking action. You see, if you have a goal and you're not hitting your goal and it's because you're not taking action, you have no one to blame, okay? Because you're not even doing your part, right? But if you're taking action on the right things and you're not hitting your goal, now you can say, all right, maybe I don't have the right information, or maybe I'm doing the wrong thing, or maybe I don't have the proper, or maybe I'm not around in the right environment, whatever. Now you can start looking at these other things. But first, we got to make sure, are you doing your part? Are you consistently taking action and doing the shit that you're supposed to do that's going to move you close, towards your goal, to the achievement of your goal? So this is something I recommend, man, the sundown rule. This is my version of it. Knowing what are the specific actions or tasks that are going to move you towards your goal, and making sure those actions get done before you go to sleep at the end of the night, end of the day. Make that a rule, okay? If you want to hit your goals, right? If you're someone who's goal oriented and you don't want to waste your time, lingering or extending the process of achieving a goal, you know what I mean? Apply this rule, okay? And apply it in a way that you have to. If you're someone that needs to do the prioritized action steps that are moving you towards your goal, you need to do those in the beginning of the day where you have the most energy, then do that. Or if you have more energy in the middle of the day, then do that. Set up your day so that you can be successful, right? Set up your day in a way that works for you. Every single man, every single woman is unique. We have a unique mindset, unique way of being, unique talents, unique, understanding of things. So you got to set your day up so you can be successful. You don't need to be like anyone else. You just find what's working for someone and apply it in your own way. That's what I'm saying. I apply my own version of the sundown rule. I'm not applying the same exact version as Dan Pena, same exact version as Sam Walton. I'm applying the version that works for me, okay? So if you're a man watching this and you like the idea of hitting your goals, you like the idea of being successful, you like the idea of being confident, disciplined, laser beam focused so you can achieve any goal you set your mind to, I'd like to invite you to the Unbreakable Beast Tribe. I'll drop a link to the group. You could join the group and I'll welcome you in. Thanks for watching. Peace.